Hey now, and welcome to KC Toy Reviews. We are here today with the Grand Inquisitor by Hot Toys, specifically the Grand Inquisitor from Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+. Now personally, I was not a huge fan of that show. I'm not going to rile anybody up now about it, but the piece in front of us is nearly a goddamn masterpiece. So, as always, let's go ahead, fine comb some of those details, and dive right the hell goddamn in. Alright, so again, here we are with the Grand Inquisitor from Obi-Wan Kenobi by Hot Toys. And well, one thing I wanted to get immediately out of the way is, I noticed there was hood on this guy. I never really saw him use the hood in the series, and I could be wrong, I'm sure he used it here or there. But in the promo pictures, I didn't see much about the hood, so let's take a look at what the hood looks like. So I genuinely couldn't get the hood. I can't. I'm very candid with all my videos. This is the first time messing with this guy. I don't prep anything. I have no script. That's why I'm kind of laughing, because it looks so ridiculous with this hood on right now. I can't figure a way, because it's almost like it's like sewn and pulled up the top here. There's just no way to really get the hood to look cool. I mean, how about this? Well, that doesn't look horrible. Looks like he's in like the Sahara Desert or something. Let's try this. Anyways, I just can't get the hood to work, and it's hard to talk while looking at that through the shot, so I think I need to take the hood down. All right, so now that the hood is down and we're focused on this head sculpt, I mean, this is probably one of the best head sculpts I've seen in recent memory. Now, other ones that pop up immediately are the Tamora Morrison head sculpt from Boba Fett, but I don't even think the camera is capturing the paint application, the skin tone, the way the head looks, the incredible detail to the little red shading around the eyes and down that drip there, right to the slight different gradients of gray and the tones of white around this face. It is insane. The armor is straightforward, just kind of like this matted black look. But as stupid as this sounds, the matted black look of a Hot Toys figure is immaculate. Don't eat a chip, don't eat any chicken and touch this guy, because you will see fingerprints all over him. But the armor is incredible. The tailoring of the suit underneath and kind of like the pants is next level. We see that there's it's almost a little reminiscent of Kylo Ren. It reminds me of those little layered pieces there if you see on his elbow. And I mean, just the overall look is ripped straight from that piece of crap Obi-Wan show. And that's right, I said it. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a travesty to Star Wars. I will argue anybody up and down that the writing, the directing, and some of the acting was absolutely awful. In my opinion, it ended up being one of the worst Star Wars shows of all time. And this is coming from a guy that thinks that Andor is a goddamn masterpiece. And Ahsoka was amazing. I mean, Ahsoka was probably 9s across the board, especially when they introduced Thrawn. But something about Obi-Wan Kenobi was just a goddamn joke. And I'm sorry, I had to get that out of my bones. All right, and let's get it out of the way. Everybody's ranting and raving. Whoa, we can finally have a USB plug-in lightsaber. Now, I don't want to be mean, but as I say, I'm very honest, I'm very candid. Plug in and light up lightsabers, unless you're getting them custom done by Chris or whatever out there, are so stupid. It makes no sense. When you have the lights on, when you are in a normal lighting situation, you can barely see them. And this is the first time me doing this, so I'll be honest. If this turns on and this is super bright, I will eat my words and I'll be like, this is awesome. Here we go. Zoom out as much as I can. Let's try to get this whole thing in shot. This thing better light up the whole goddamn room like the charge up beam from Godzilla right now. I mean, I better need sunglasses after this. All right, ready? Drum roll, here we go, and I'm hitting the on button, which, in case anybody wants to see, we have a little box here connected to a USB. It is a C charger. I'm not going to get into specifics. Everybody knows what a C charger is. Here we go. Drum roll. I can't handle it. I can't. That is so stupid. I mean, I'm sorry, Hot Toys. It just doesn't even make sense. Look at the dimness in between here. I mean, what in the world? The tips are brighter than the middle. I don't even know what's going on. Who thinks this is cool? Comment below. I mean, if you think this is cool, I'm not making fun of you as an individual. I'm just curious why you think this is cool. And just in case, briefly, anybody wanted to see what the little ports and the charging thing look like here. Like I said, you got a little C charging port there, and then this wires that are hanging around downtown that give. Can you imagine right now? Oh, I dropped it. Almost broke it. Can you imagine right now if this was lit up? You wouldn't even see it. So, anyways, it could be cool to others, but to me, it's the stupidest thing in the world. And then just briefly, as far as articulation, absolutely incredible. We have double jointed elbows, we have double jointed knees. You can bend and do whatever the hell you want with this guy, and because of this cloth kind of Kylo Ren-ish underlay, you really have no fear of damaging. And then same thing with the legs back here. We have double jointed knees, which as you can see allows for insane articulation on this guy. I mean, look at this right here, cloth suit, articulation like this. And then one thing to note too, all these little armor pieces are basically on by a little Velcro pad. Same thing down here on the thighs, so you can take those on and off as you pose those guys, which makes it a little bit easier knowing that these things aren't going to fall off or peel off. Because then last up, we have these really nice leather-ish type boots. I mean, I do have a little fear over the long run what they're going to look like. And then as far as articulation, it's nice, but you got to be careful because you can get some creases in there. So, I mean, it's on a ball joint. Your foot is going to be the stereotypical articulation. Just be careful how you pose them and how you put it, because you could get some creases or put it in the wrong way that could ruin it over time. And another thing I need to show off is this insanely beautiful cape. It is a bummer that there's no wire on it. I mean, any cape that comes without a wire, it's a bummer. We want to pose them in some type of action poses. We want a wire in there, but there's no wire on this guy, so unfortunately, I mean, honestly, without a wire, if you were going to put it in type of any action pose, it is a bummer to try to keep that like that. It would be insane what you could do with a wire on a guy like this. But I'm not going to complain too much because what we have is this beautiful pattern textured. I mean, it literally has like a texture to it. It's amazing looking. The quality is incredible on it. On the back, nothing to rave about, but I'm not sure that I could ask for anything more. I mean, zero complaints. I couldn't ask for anything more other than a wire on this cape. Crotch grabber stands, nothing to complain about, nothing to rave about. Star Wars symbol. We have both the Star Wars symbol, Grand Inquisitor name, and then an Imperial looking deck. That was deck, not dick, on the bottom of this stand. And then personally, again, I prefer the crotch grabber over a waist grabber. Over time, you're going to see far less damage on a crotch grabber versus a waist grabber. And next up, we have the wavy lightsaber pieces here. So if you want to install this on your lightsaber, my only critique about that is there's no extra face expression. So if he was throwing the lightsaber that fast and had these, given the face expression that he has, it just doesn't really make sense in my opinion. However, it's still a nice little added accessory. And then last up, this little tiny Darth Vader hologram piece here. So if you can put this on his hand like he's talking to Darth Vader. Hey, what's going on? You want to chat? And there we have it, the Grand Inquisitor by Hot Toys. Now, it might be based off a piece of crap show on Disney Plus named Obi-Wan, but we are very fortunate to have this amazing character in a real life format. Amazing tailoring, the armor's amazing, that cape is incredible, the textured back, the black matted look to it. There's not a whole lot of accessories, and like we saw earlier, I don't think I was necessarily blown away by the light up lightsaber feature, but it's included. If you like it, whatever floats your boat is all that matters. As far as I'm concerned, what we have in front of us is what's included. I'm not really going to use that little Vader 3D hologram that was included or the wavy wands because he doesn't have many expressions. but what we have here is still probably one of the best head sculpts I've seen in years. And I guess with all that said, I think it's a perfect time to segue into a score on this guy, and well, as always, Hot Toys usually fall into the 9 category because they are nearly flawless. The only thing you can really complain about is what was and wasn't included, and well, I don't think that's fair. So what we have in front of us, I think, is a 9.4 out of 10. This is gonna sell out, it's gonna be hard to pick up down the road, and this is probably one of the best silent, underrated Hot Toys releases in a long time. And again, with a 9.4 out of 10, I highly suggest picking up this piece. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here today with the Grand Inquisitor from a piece of crap show known as Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+. Let's forget that show ever existed. If you like it, forgive me, I hope it didn't offend you, and we're going to catch you guys next time. Grand Inquisitor out!